welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Counting down toward kickoff here in Music City. This is Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Tonight, a good one in the AFC South. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. That's Cam Little set to start this. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. Tim Radike now to return it. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Tennessee offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2025 draft out of the U, out of Miami. It's Cam Ward.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of the opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. First carry for the man from Memphis, Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard, the ball carrier. Andrew Wingard on the tackle.
You spend all week on your opening script. What are the plays that allow you to find a rhythm and have some early success offensively? Well, in this case, that first play you drawn up sent you going back the wrong direction. How does that change this play caller's approach to the ground game going forward?
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They give to Pollard on the option. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on 1st down, Mike, to scare him out of this run game here on 2nd down. But now after taking a loss on 1st and 2nd, it puts him in a tough spot here coming up on 3rd down.
Not the sharpest of starts on offense here, an early 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Ward. He's got a man here. That's Elikayo Manor. That throw right on the money for the former Miami quarterback, and it's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for the Titans. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On the give, it's Pollard. And he shows off those strong legs running through one tackle. Give him a gain of 8.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And I don't think he got there. Wrapped up in the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at 3rd down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
It's going to be third. They need one. They'll try and run for the first down with Pollard. And he will have a Titans first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
An early test here for that offensive line, and they come through. They're going to have to continue to find space in the ground game for their running backs to continue to move the chain. So, nice job there. Give them a lot of credit. Now the question is, what is the adjustment on the defensive side of the ball in the next 3rd down situation?
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. A gain there of 11. That's good for a Titan first down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
1st and 10. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. He'll get to the edge, but unsuccessfully stopped there for no gain.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense, no gain.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. In motion, Okonkwo. On 2nd down, here's Ward. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Play 10 of this opening drive. And here's 3rd down. In motion, Okonkwo. Throwing on 3rd down, Ward. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
On 4th down, the former All-Pro Johnny Hekker out to punt for Tennessee. Parker Washington is deep for Jacksonville. Oh, that is terrific. Out of bounds, inside the 5-yard line. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. Leading them out, the former #1 overall pick back in the 2021 draft. It's Trevor Lawrence.
The coaches spend all week, Mike, drafting up their opening script. These are the plays that they feel the best with to not only attack the defense early, but try to get an idea of what sort of matchups they're going to see throughout the course of the game. Now, all of that is thrown out the window. None of the plays take into account snapping it this close to your own goal line. They've got to try to get themselves some breathing room, pick up a first down or two. That will allow them to get back on track, executing the rest of that opening script.
And a good gain. He's going to be marked down right at the 20-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. If that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing him.
Lawrence now to throw on first down. Whoa! And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
So from the 25, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it once more with Etienne. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That'll be caught. It's Hunter. 13 yards on that pass play. That's good for a Jaguar 1st down.
That's good for a Jaguars 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Now here's Lawrence. Now a screen set up for Etienne. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. It's the quarterback with a sneak. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 15. 1st down, Jacksonville.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And I'll tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
That's swung out to Etienne. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
To the right side, hauled in by Myers.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. This is caught at 2. And he's in. Brenton Strayed. Touchdown, Jaguars.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. Man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Jaguars will take a 7-0 lead.
Titans, nothing.
Touchdown, out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Chindike. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Titans offense ready now for their second drive. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop.
27-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
It is 2nd and 6. Again, it's Pollard. Peel it forward for maybe a yard. This time it's the veteran Eric Armstead on the tackle.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 5.
3rd down, they need 5. Shotgun snap for Wolf. He's done his man. Complete to Iomanner. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll pick up 23 on that one. 1st down for Tennessee.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So we heard about this budding connection all the way back in training camp in the summer. So it's nice to see those reps starting to translate on game day. And I think these two might have a really bright future together. And the more plays they make, the more we're going to see that confidence grow.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 2. Now Pollard, and he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
In motion, Okonkwo. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Jaguars offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. He's got Miles on the completion. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He'll go right back to Miles. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. It's been a busy 1st quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
1st down, Jacksonville.
Now a handoff, ETN. And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll give it to ETN on the option. He'll take this down to the 47. Cedric Gray there to bring him down.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
They'll go with the sneak. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. In motion comes Thomas. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 10 yards. That's good for a Jaguar 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Jaguars on top. We're back in Music City after this. The Jaguars with the ball as quarter number 2 begins. From the 33, here's 2nd and 8 as we are ready to get back underway. And that is incomplete, but now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
Automatic first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now ETN. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good 2nd down situation. But now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
That's to Hunter. He's got it right side. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. That's complete to ETN. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
A 29-yard attempt.
Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars will extend to a 10-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown. Like, you find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So, after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. On the return, here's DK. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Titans offense ready to take over once more. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. Play action. Ward. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Chick Okonkwo was the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd down. They send Ridley in motion. Here's Ward now on 2nd down. This one locked in by Eilman. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him. Draw play. Here comes Pollard.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
Like the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
Off the bootleg, it's Ward. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 21 on that pass play. That's good for a Titan first down.
10 on the 21-yard line.
Nice play design here by the offensive coordinator. His ability to get the quarterback outside the pocket, take some stress off the protection. By the time he reaches the launch point, the receiver's running wide open downfield, and he puts the ball right on the money.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
On second down, here's Howard. And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up third down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
One broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work. Just to get those hands up there. And now it's fourth down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Sly's kick is good. And the Titans are on the board. It's now 10-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Joey Sly back out and kick this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. With a solid start so far. Touchdown and a field goal on their first 2 possessions. Out quickly to Thomas on the RPO. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
That one is complete, and he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A 5-yard pickup on the play, and it's third down.
The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. To throw is Lawrence. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Lawrence. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Jaguars.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Cody Barton. And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. Fake the handoff. Now Ward. Look wise. Get this one complete. And he'll get about 3 as he's forced out of bounds.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second down, they need 7. On play action, it's Ward. Throw on the run is complete. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. 1st down for Tennessee.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Ward gonna keep it here on the zone read. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Ward. He'll find his receiver. That's DK. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun, here's Ward. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So I really like the decision, Mike. This is a rookie quarterback making more veteran decisions, and I think in his growth process this early on in his career, those are really good signs, because how often do we see these rookies still think they're back in college, they're the best player on the field, and they can make every throw, even if it's not there. You're not going to get away with that consistently in the NFL. Throw it away. Really nice job here by the young quarterback. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you have to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Joey Sly back out. Kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
2nd down, Lawrence. Moving to his left. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line. A gain there of 24 yards. 1st down, Jacksonville.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up the big game.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
1st down. It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Jaguars.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes in the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move, and that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
Touchdown, Jacksonville.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. You can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Here's Cam Little for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Jaguars are able to extend the lead. It's now 17-6.
Titans 6.
Touchdown, out to kick this one away. Julius Chestnut to bring it back. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Titans offense starting to trot out for this next possession. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. To throw is Ward. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Josh Hines Allen gets him for a loss of 4, and that'll set up 3rd down.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Throwing, Ward. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They tracked him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. On the return, here's Washington. Ooh. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50. Set up the offense with a short field. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun, they'll give it to Etienne. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Open right side. That's Strange, the tight end. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Etienne. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line.
It's a gain of 27.
Give him 27, and it's 1st and goal.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. The Titans will use the 1st of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Lawrence now. And he's going to be swallowed up, taken down, sacked, back at the 5. Here's a timeout, Tennessee. That'll be their second. Talk things over before third down. Lawrence. That one, take it in. Travis Hunter. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Little on now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Jaguars add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Chestnut. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Titans offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Shotgun snap for Wolf. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
2nd and 10. Now it's Ward. That one caught by Ioman. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw is Ward. And that is incomplete. Contacted her just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
Fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. There's Trevor Lawrence as he and the Jaguars get set for their next drive. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Lawrence. This one caught left side. That screams. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. It comes with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing is Lawrence. He'll let one go down the middle. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down. Travis Hunter was the intended target. And 3rd down coming up. Now Lawrence. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got it. Titans going to use the last of their timeouts here. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. On 4th down, the Jaguars send out the veteran Logan Cook to punt. Back deep for Tennessee, Jim DK. This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Titans offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Throwing is Ward.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Here's 2nd and 9. One final throw before the break. Overthrown in a flash, and he lost the football. And this will be recovered by the defense, but they will not be able to do anything with it. Time has expired, and the 1st half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the 1st half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the 2nd half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back. Very one-sided 1st half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. He'll start at the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at 23-yard line. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Etienne. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. To throw is Lawrence. Looking middle, and he spots Hunter there. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Here's Lawrence. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. 12 yards on that hookup. That's good for a Jaguar. 1st down.
Jaguars, 1st down. A gain of 12. And the Jaguars, 1st down.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
Yeah. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
In motion is Myers. Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
That's going to be out of bounds. Well judged and spotted right at the 10-yard line. The Titans offense getting ready for their opening possession of this 2nd half. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Running here, it's Pollard. And they'll get him down, but not before he takes this across the 30-yard line. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
They'll go back to Pollard on first down. And he'll manage to work this forward to the 37. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Ward. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Josh Hines-Allen. He gets through to drop him, and it's a loss of 4.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Waste of time.
3rd and 10. Here's Ward. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. They get 19 on that pass play. That's good for a Titan first down.
For a Titans first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. They get 25 on that connection. First down for Tennessee.
1st and 10.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Josh Hines-Allen in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Ward. Now he'll run. And he'll wind up with a short pickup as he slides to a stop. And that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is 3rd and long. In motion, Okonkwo. 3rd and long. Here's Ward. This is caught at 2. To the goal line and in. Alec Iomatter. Touchdown Titans.
It's just backbreaking here. If you're the defense, you feel like you're in a really good spot. It's 3rd and pass. You understand what the offense likely has to do to convert the first down. They just don't do a great job of covering the receivers. And at the same point, let's give a lot of credit. Nice job by the quarterback working through his progression, getting to the right choice, and it pays off for a touchdown.
Joey Sly on now for the point after. He knocks it through. And the Titans are able to cut into the deficit.
Titans 13.
the touchdown. Here's Slide to kick it away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Jaguars offense make their way out to take over once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. In motion is Hunter. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. His running backs had a really nice day. So in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Lawrence. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
And I think when you look back on the first half, this was an element of the defense that really was missing. There was a lot of open windows, a ton of green grass for the receivers to make uncontested catches. So nice change of pace here. Continue to force the issue and make these guys earn the catch.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. And he's going to take this one all the way. 75 yards. Touchdown, Jacksonville. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a 4 vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
Here's Cam Little for the PAT. His kick is good. And the Jaguars will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. On the return, here's DK. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Titans offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. To throw is Ward. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
Looking to throw, it's Ward. Short one there to Okonkwo. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing, Ward. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. There's Trevor Lawrence as he and the Jaguars get set for their next drive. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. They'll give it to ETN to start this drive. And it'll be taken down just shy of the 30. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the 1st half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
They'll go back to ETN on 1st down. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield. He's done it again, back-to-back good runs. 19 this time, and another 1st down.
First down. A gain of 19 yards. 1st down, Jacksonville.
Doesn't matter the level of football, Mike. If they can't stop it, keep running it until they can. I think that's what we're seeing here on this drive. Back-to-back explosive gains on the ground. I imagine at some point the defense gives it a different look.
Once again, it's ETN. He'll get him behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. It was John Ward there to bring him down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
They'll run it once more with ETN. It'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They'll try to sneak it here. And that one shut down pretty quickly. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off the ball sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the 1st down.
Lawrence gives this one to ETN. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
This back's been having his way all night long, Mike. Just a lot of room to operate. Great job by the offensive line all day long, but in this case, defense does their job. They're able to penetrate, get in the backfield, and take them down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. A quick slam into the hands of Thomas. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. To the right side, hauled in by Myers.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the 1st down with yards after the catch. 2, the team's willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. Lawrence now. Got his man. It's complete to Thomas. And he's going to have the 1st down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Quick throw there. That's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
In motion is Myers. Lawrence now on 2nd down. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
Well, it's going to go down as an incompletion, but it wasn't from a lack of effort. I mean, he did everything in his power to try to get both feet in bounds. The pass just took him a little bit too close to the sideline, and he just wasn't able to save it.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on 3rd down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. And at this level, if you give quarterbacks that amount of time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
They'll run it here with ETN. Marked down at the 6.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal. Again, they give it to ETN. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jacksonville. That's his 2nd touchdown tonight. Nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the 1st half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Little on now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Jaguars are able to extend the lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. On the return, here's DK. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Ward. Now, a deep ball here for Ridley. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. It's a big one for Tennessee. 35 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 3. In motion, Okonkwo. Start of the 4th quarter, and it's a run by Pollard. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 14
A pickup of 14 on that one. That's good for a Titan 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
On the ground is Pollard. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. It just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal, try to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. Fake the handoff. Now Ward. Look wide. Get this one complete. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the 1st down.
Spears will score. Touchdown, Tennessee. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight. but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Out comes Slide for the extra point. He's got it. And the Titans are able to edge a bit closer.
Jaguars 38, Titans 20.
Following the touchdown, here's Slide to kick it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. This run straight ahead for Etienne. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. They get 11 and quick to pick up first down.
Jaguars first down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on, really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Not much there. Maybe a yard.
He was brought down nice way. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Here now, second and 9 from the 39-yard line. The middle, here's Etienne. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up third down.
It's a gain of 6. And it's third down.
Now, Etienne. Comes on, Jaguars will kick it away. This is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Titans offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Back to throw is Ward. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. They'll bring up second down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Now it's Ward. He'll step up and run this. And they're going to get him down right at the 25. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Send a man in motion right. On 1st and 10, Ward. He'll find his receiver. That's decoy. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 17 yards that time to number 17.
That's another Titans first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic, and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time, he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
Here's Ward now on 2nd down. Middle of the field, he's got Conquo. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Receiver in motion, going right. Throwing on 3rd down, Ward. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long. They snap it to Ward. Now, a deep ball here for Ridley. That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Etienne. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2.
Xavier Woods on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. The Titans 37-yard line.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. To throw is Lawrence. There's that man again. Another catch. 13 yards on the catch there. 1st down, Jacksonville.
This This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
Second down, Lawrence. There's a short one. He's got screen. He's taken down just shy of the 10. Call it a gain of 13. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Not much happening there, just a short game.
He was taken down at the 10-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up second and 9.
Another run here with Newton. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the first down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Shooting. Will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Here's Cam Little for the PAT. He's got it. And the Jaguars will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. On the return, here's DK. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Titans offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
And now 2nd and 6.
Gun, Ward. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 25 yards, the pickup there. First down for Tennessee.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Out of the gun, they give it to Pollard. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
Just a little too much east and west there for my liking. I understand what they're trying to do, getting the ball out on the perimeter, but on these early downs, plant your foot and get downhill. Great job by the defense stringing it out, and they're able to force him down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. In motion, Okonkwo. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
It is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Ward. He'll take a shot here, back to the end zone. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on 4th and wind up turning it over on downs. The Jags offense ready to take over possession of the football. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. In motion is Hunter. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. We're going to run it, and this is LaQuint Allen.
He was brought down by Cedric Gray. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. 3rd and 5. Motion man is the tight end going right. On 3rd down, it's a run with Tootin. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
Wow, a little change in play call here, and that's typically not what we see at this down and distance. That's typically a passing down, Mike, but they catch the defense off guard, keep the ball on the ground, and they're able to pick up enough for the first down.
On first down, they'll go back to Tootin. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
The ball carrier. He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Right back to Tootin. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. So it is a win for our visitors, the Jaguars. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. From Nashville, we say good night, everybody.